I'm Brandee J. We're back with the Real Women Talk Show with Brandee J and Chrissy Salazar. And our next guest is the beautiful Tatiana Castro, the fashion designer of Brooke Journey. And as you can see, she custom made this for me, and I'm so excited. And custom made this and Chrissy's outfit. But we're not here to talk about fashion, which we're going to bring her back and talk about fashion. But today we are discussing why women don't support women. And in our culture, Black women, we have that stigma of not supporting each other in our culture, and just what you see on TV. You know, a lot of these women, reality TV stars, have a platform, but they don't use it for good. They just use it to tear each other down, and then we get that stigma out. Black women can't work together, they don't support each other. So Tatiana's been in the industry, fashion industry, and it is a cutthroat industry, and you deal with a lot of women and men who smile on your face, talk about you behind your back, you think they support you, then they don't. So we're just going to dive into it. So Tati, how long have you been in the industry, and what things have you dealt with women, minority women?
Well, I guess it could have started way in grade school. As a kid, I was yellow because my mom was chocolate, and so I guess that's, you know, the color code is yellow, chocolate, brown. Yes. Or light skin, but I was yellow. And so I would go swimming, literally swim all day, every day in the summertime, just so I can get like a nice brown complexion, which I think I am today, that I've earned this brownness. Just so that people would quit asking my mother, was I her child because I had curly hair, or because I was light skinned, or my hair grew long, and everybody would call me
good hair, as
but
it.
I think all Black women have beautiful hair.
Exactly.
Let's clarify that. And I think if we take care of our hair, or we have parents that take care of our hair can be beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's a little more kinkier or curlier or loose waves or straight. I have 3 kids with 3 different curl patterns. Like, it's crazy. I buy product for 3 different people, including myself. So that's 4 heads of curls with 4 types of curls. It's crazy. Inexpensive. Like $100 every couple weeks. It's insane. But it just started with, you know, your environment. Like she spoke before, the guest with Christy, she basically was saying it starts from your roots. Like, my grandmother instilled in me, you know, beauty is only skin deep. So yes, most people will be like, oh, she's so pretty, or she looks like this, but on the inside you don't know how I'm feeling, because you just think I got it all together. Right?
Exactly.
But, you know, being in the fashion industry as a minority is already a negative. Yes. Because there is no minority women really in the big leagues. I want to be in the big leagues. I'm making clothes to be in the big leagues. I'm not, I guess, sleeping on anything. I'm just trying to evolve my fashion into haute couture, meaning I'm literally making one-of-a-kind items. A lot of people think, oh, haute couture is something. No, it's actually a one-of-a-kind garment. It's only one made in the world. If you see carbon copies, it is just a carbon copy. And in the industry, as being a Black fashion designer, you're going to get so much thrown at you, because they feel like you don't belong there. And then, if someone in our culture sees you going to the top, they're going to want to try to pull you down, because they're like, why is she there and I'm not there? And I know you dealt with that. So how do you continue to deal with that, and why do you think that is in our culture? I stay humble. I guess because of my past experience. Before, I was a little pistol that would get up and be like, jump bad and get crazy. And now I sort of kind of sit back and feel sorry for those girls. I feel sorry for them because we were raised and grew up in an environment as minorities to hate each other. And it's been going on for centuries before we came along. So instead of us being more supportive and more loving on each other, we tear down our communities. And there's so many talents in the African American community, amongst minorities. We're all mixed up. Nobody's 100% anything in America.
Exactly.
Nobody's 100% anybody. We're all minorities in America, to be honest with you.
And that's something for me I dealt with. My 2 sisters, like, I'm the lightest one. So they used to tell me my dad was the milkman. And it started at home with me and my sisters not supporting each other. Right. And my mom comes from where she has 5 sisters, so my grandma taught them to support each other. But not downing my mom or anything, but she was just working all the time, so she couldn't instill that into us. So even to this day, my sisters really don't support what I do. and we were never really taught to support each other. So for me, since I wasn't taught that, I had to learn that, and how I dealt with people and how I did things. And it was just real hard and to not have that, and to see my mom and my aunt support each other, but to not get that. So it really does start at home. And if you don't work with your kids to, especially our daughters, to teach them, you support your sister no matter what. If someone does something to your sister, you stand up for them and do whatever. But we're not, a lot of that's not being seen, a lot of that's not being taught, and it's tearing our women, our little girls down, and our grown women down, because then they get to think, oh, let me just tear this woman down. And I feel like if you get joy out of tearing a woman down, like, what type of evil person are you?
Right, and I agree with that, because I have 2 teenage daughters at home who fight with each other constantly, but I don't know if it's a teenage thing, but I am constantly telling my girls, support each other. You're each other's best friend. When there's no one else in the world, you will have each other. And that's what I constantly beat in their brains. Like, I beat it in their brains because my mom beat it in my brain. So no matter what my cousins
she's not
did
beating
to me,
her kids, you know,
not like that, but, you know, just instilled it in my mind. But, you know, it was more of like a beating, a mental beating, you know, because she wanted to make sure that, you know, I was a stand-up woman. So no matter, you know, what adversities come against me, I have like a goal in mind. I have tunnel vision. I don't see anybody on the sidelines. I get a ton of requests. Oh, I like that dress. Oh, how much is it? And when I tell them, well, I put a lot of time and effort into what I make. I handpick your garment. I measure you. I have to drive to the fabric store, sometimes to LA, to literally walk through streets and barrels of fabric just to find the one item that you truly, truly want. I mean, how much more do you want from me? You're receiving something that I made from my heart wholeheartedly. This is not coming from a factory. This is coming from my sweat and tears.
But I do feel like if you were another race designer, there would be no question of price. And I think that's something we deal with in our community amongst women. We will go out and pay this for that, but when it's us paying each other, there's always an issue. And for me, it's more like, I don't want that stigma anymore. I want all minority women to come together to support each other and to do things, because we get more things done when we are together versus just tearing each other down. And I always tell people, not to sound mean, but I don't care what you do, because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. So if you're winning, I feel like we're all winning, because I know you're the type of person, if you get an opportunity, okay, who can I bring in with me? If I get the opportunity, who can I bring in with me? And I will say that's one thing my dad instilled with me. He instilled having that mafia mentality. You keep it in the family. One person makes it, we all make it. And I feel like that's not there anymore. Everyone's out for themselves.
You know, I just think it's about like the quality of support. Like, there's a lot of people that put on the face of support. I say the face of support. Let's ring it around and give it the face of support, right?
I'm gonna be doing
and they're like, oh, I support you. Oh my gosh, I love your stuff. Oh, I want something from you. But at the end of the day, it's like there's the bandwagon people that I don't need to feel like a celebrity. I don't need you to be like, oh, hey girl, like, I don't need any of that. I'm a regular day-to-day person. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm all of those things. I'm regular. And so even though I'm trying to exceed and bring my goals up here, it's because that's what's in me to be me. God has designed everyone with a gift. And so I believe in sharing the wealth. Every designer, for instance, has a different flair. Oh, excuse me. A different, I got excited.
It's real here.
But every designer has a different flair, so what I have to offer may not be for everyone. It might not be for your particular type or your body type or your style, but it doesn't mean that it's not good enough. It just means that it's not your style. I can go to a million department stores and I like some stuff. I don't like all things, but I like what I feel fits me and my personality.
And you just you're not hating on this designer or that designer, because like you said, you know, we have how many stores, we have how many shoe designers, we have how many fast food, we have how many, there's enough out there for everybody. And if you, for example, one thing I found out, I knew this grandson of Marie Callender. I used to work with him, and he told me the story. His grandfather and the founder of McDonald's, their corporate office were across the way. and they will share from each other, pull money from each other, ideas. And he said that's how they were able to grow into major corporations. That's missing today. You don't realize that that is missing amongst women, period. If you pull from each other, help each other out, we all grow together, and just keep it in the family. And if you get an opportunity, just congratulate that person. It's not something that they're doing something that you can't do. If you want to do it, just go out and do it. Get up off the couch and do something and make something happen.
Let's talk about the realest subject is when you're walking down the street, you see a beautiful woman, right? And you're like, oh, you look nice. No comment.
No thank you.
It's or you walk in somewhere and everyone's like,
oh, the look up and down.
The look up and down, and then the look away. Like, oh.
But exactly.
I thought it was okay to be confident. I thought it was okay to, you know, feel good about where you're going. But I do not have a problem giving anybody a compliment. I don't care if it's male, I don't care if it's female,
you don't know that
children. I just think that it's okay to be like, you look great today.
And that compliment can do so much for that person, because you don't know what that person's going through. And just saying, you look beautiful today. One thing I do, I like to, I give hugs to people who I meet.
And I'm not a hugger. Oh my god.
And I love hugging her.
I'll be like this. I'll be like, and Christy does it too. So I'm like, you and your partner, what is going on with the hug?
But to hug, like, to me, it's like when I tell people I give hugs, they look at me, but you never know, that person just might needed that hug. That woman was probably just feeling down, because when you're dealing with so much and you have kids and you're married, and you're like, there's so much already against you, but that one hug, that one compliment could have saved that person's life. Because I always tell people, you don't know what battle that person's going through behind closed door. You don't know that face they're putting on. And as women, we sometimes assume because of the Facebook status or the Facebook life. And like I tell people, Facebook is just for entertainment. That's what it is. It is just entertainment. And everyone's life is not all that great, but they're not going to put out there when they're doing something wrong or what's really going on in their life, because they don't want to, which they don't have to. But don't look so much into it. But give women compliments, hug them, tell them you look good. That's a great accomplishment, because you don't know what it took for that woman to get there. And that's what I think we miss. You don't know what it took for that woman to get there. Nothing has been handed to me like nothing has been handed to you. And we've worked our butts off to get to where we got.
I think you grow to appreciate it more when you come with a silver spoon in your mouth. You don't appreciate it as much.
Exactly.
You don't do it from your gut. You don't do it from your core.
Dude, I just do it just to do it.
You know, losing my dad was like, I wasted so much time being angry at him that it was just lost time. So then I was just like, you know what? My dreams are sitting in this box on the side of my bed. I keep drawing at night. What are you going to do with that? So I literally took everything that I had left in my bank account and I got my corporation. And it wasn't easy, but I realized that I needed someone else to help me grow this. And it was so random how I met Kiana. We knew each other. We ran past each other in the same circles, but we just kept kind of missing.
It wasn't time for you guys to meet.
It wasn't time for us to kind of excel. And from one conversation after prayer, one conversation, literally God was like, she's the one. I didn't know her. I didn't know what her ethic was. I didn't know anything. I just knew that she was supposed to be the person to compliment me in this business. And I just asked her. I just said, hey, would you like to be my partner? And I'm sure she's probably like, what? So she thought about it for a while, probably like, who? Out of nowhere. She was like, you want to be my partner?
But you took that chance because you knew that, as you know, you took that chance, you saw something in her, and that's something we need to do as women. If you see something in another woman that can help you, just ask them. And it's the same thing. Me and Christy knew each other for 5 years, and we've always saw each other. We had a bond, and then last year was when she was going through a spiritual transition. I was going through a spiritual transition. We didn't know it at the time. When we got done with it, God said, you two need to do this. So it's something that he brings the women in your life that he knows, okay, this is the time, and like he brought Kiana into your life. But it's like if you had that wall up and you were like, you wouldn't be where you are right now with her. And same thing with Christy and every woman who we deal with. And as I call it, our little lion circle, as I call it. It's my new name I got for us now.
Oh.
So,
hi, lion.
So, but it's real good to be amongst women who we can do our own thing, come together and do something great. And that is what grown women do.
I agree, because I love variety.
Yes.
I'm so like a spicy girl, so I'll go to like a million different hairstylists. Yeah, you're my great friend, or yeah, this person is cool, but if I like her, I mean, it's like an artist, right?
Yeah.
It's like a work of art. Like I got this fabulous bouffant kind of hair going on. Right? I thought I might be real because I was loving the big hair. So thought I might make you guys laugh this morning because I was really sleepy trying to fix these curls.
It looks perfect.
Collins hooked me up with, but I was really trying to get it twisted. I said, this is so not.
But that is one thing I love about you. You just embrace everybody, and you see something in someone, another woman, and you just go out there and help. And that is an amazing thing, a quality that you have about yourself. And I'm happy that God brought us together, because we passed each other so many times. And now it's just like I said, you can do a me. That says a whole lot about you.
Well, I just think that minority women, we carry like these chips, huge
we carry our
baggage shoulders. Yes. Like, oh my goodness, we walk around with that baggage. It'd be all in our faces. It's like, that's how we sit and we be like, what you call it again? You know, I mean, like the whole rolling moves, like everything. So it's just like, you know, we have this baggage, but from my past experience and everything that I've endured, it's like, why waste your time walking around with all that on you? Like, why give anybody that power? So I just don't give anybody power. So they get mad at me because I don't give you power. I don't care. I don't. So
that's a great thing.
You know, I just don't care. Like, you can talk about me, you can try to discredit my fashion, you can talk about me being a mom, you can talk about my past. I mean, you can really just slang me in the mud, and I'll still smile because I walked through all that and still came out shining.
Exactly.
So even though I walked through all that, I could have let it just beat me down in the ground. Like, I could have just been like,
and they would have been happy with that.
I'm going to be an alcoholic. Oh, I'm going to drink my life away. I'm going to go to the club every Friday, but instead, no, I work all day, I go home, I read to my kids, I cook dinner, I get on my sewing machine, I get on the computer, I look for different innovative ways to rebuild, and sometimes I have to take a step back, and I regroup, and I recoup, and I just keep going, and then I'll just, you know, I'll call Kiana in the middle of the night, she'll call me in the middle of the night, she'll call me early in the morning.
She's not a morning person, but we got her up early today.
I'm gaining this morningness, you know. I'm even going to the gym in the morning, and I'm feeling better because I have to do something for myself. I feel like I just do everything.
And I think if you do something for yourself as women, then you have more to give, and then you won't carry that baggage because you have left it there. And one thing we're going to leave off with this segment is, you said, one thing they talk about, you know, I always say, my mom told me when I was going through things last year and I shut down my other company, she said they talked about Jesus, and he still did what he needed to do. So you need to do what you need to do. So on that note, thank you so much, Tati.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy you came today. You're going to be seeing more of her because we are going to have a fashion police episode, which, you know, we have to. So we'll be right back. Real Women Talk Show with Brandee J and Christy Salazar.